as agreed. Yes, why do you berate me in this way? It is simply a disgrace to be treated so by a tutor at the Royal Academy of Music. Yes, I know you tutored the great Jenny Lind, but as I always say, not everyone is a Jenny Lind, my dear. Even I can admit I have my superiors. Yes, a great many superiors indeed. Why do I not cry when you berate me? Senor Garcia, I have an important oratorio engagement at the weekend, and I require my lesson. Now, shall we begin? Must be here. Yes, dear. Oh, did you hear how they cooed over your aria? Simply wonderful. No, that's me done for the first half. Yes, George, what is it? 2 gentlemen in the audience to see me? I can assure you, I have no need of any suitors. They clamour round my door twice a day, and I have to use a carpet beater to repel them. Mr. Doyley Cart? No, I've never heard of him. And I must say, I have a deep suspicion of men outside of my profession. A more depraved group of scoundrels I never did. Oh, well, indeed, yes, I will go and meet him after the performance, but really, I must prepare for my next piece. It is a new piece by Sir Hubert, and I think one of my best. The rain had fallen, the poet arose. He passed through the town and out of the street. A light wind blew from the gates of the sun, and waves of shadow passed over the wheat, and he sat him down in a lonely place and chanted a melody loud and sweet, which made the wild swan pause on her cloud, and the lark dropped down, and the lark dropped down at his feet. The swallow stopped as he hunted the bee. A snake slipped under a spray. The wild hawk paused with the down on his beak and stared with his foot on his prey. And the nightingale thought, I have sung many songs, but never a one so gay. For he sings of what the world will be when the years have died away. For he sings of what the world will be when the years have died away. Have died away. Have died Now, this must be him. What a strange-looking man. I declare, a well-groomed beard must be a la mode these days. Mr. Cart, Miss Bond, a pleasure to meet you, sir. Yes, I know you were looking for me, and I apologise for not coming to see you sooner. And in fact, I am in a little hurry, so concert engagements? Oh, why, sir, I believe my carriage may be a little delayed. Concert engagements, you say? Well, Mr. Card, for what other reason do you think I am here? Come, let us talk this over. Oh, don't drown the tea, dear, and please, only one sausage. It's quite enough. Yes, yes. Oh, a telegram, you say? For me? I wonder who could want to get in contact with me at such short notice. Let me see. Would you like comic opera call? Stop. 11 of the clock. Stop. My office. Stop. Doily Card. Right. My portmanteau. I must pack at once. Settle my bill. Oh, my goodness. The opera comique. Messrs. Gilbert and Sullivan. Me. A chance to go on the stage. I must tell my... No, I mustn't tell my parents. They should think that I would be on the road to rack and ruin. I can hear them saying just now, the stage is no place for an honest girl, Jessie. Oh, but the opera comique. A chance for something new and daring. What an opportunity. Do I dare? Yes, I must pack at once and be on the first train to London. Oh, can you have my valise brought down? Oh, for company. And this is it. This is my life from now on, for 3 years. To be stuck at the edge of the stage, reading from scraps in the gloom. Oh, this gas lighting is simply abysmal. I've heard that clever chap Edison is making great strides in America with electric lighting, and it simply cannot come soon enough. Englishman, for in spite of all temptation to... Oh, you startled me. Mr. Sullivan, I presume. Oh, a great pleasure to meet you. Yes, I can sing and read, sometimes both at the same time. Yes, I suppose I should leave the quips to Mr. Gilbert. Oh, why, thank you. I would be delighted to join your company. And HMS Pinafore, it is such an amusing title. Oh, I simply cannot wait. Oh, joy, oh, rapture unforeseen, a clouded sky is now serene. The god of day, the orb of love, has hung his ensign high above. The sky is all ablaze. We'll chase the lagging hours along, and if he finds the maiden coy, the man of forth decoys joy. Dreamy roundelays. It is simply dreadful to be stuck indoors. Will I never see the outside world again? Condemned to be left to lie in anguish with a pernicious footsore that simply refuses to heal. Staring at 4 walls and linen drapers while the world goes on beyond the latticed casement. Yes, dear, do come in. Don't stand on ceremony. Now, what is it? A letter? For me? Oh, who could it be from? Oh, on Savoy Hotel. Oh, no, Savoy Theatre and headed notepaper. How very gauche. Ticket sales must have improved then. Dear Jessie, how fond. It was agreed some nights ago that we should like to take advantage of your present illness to show our sympathy with and regard for you. I was asked to work the affair and need scarcely tell you that I had great pleasure in doing so. Oh, Mr. Barrington, you are ever the Lothario. It was seriously thought of sending you a silver teapot, but knowing you are very fond of lollipops, we thought we could not do better than to make our little present in the enclosed form. A parcel! How very thoughtful! Oh, I say, what a delightful little pot, and something within. Well, what could have been better than to raise my flagging spirits than lovely pennyworth of lollipops? And look, not just any lollipops, but those of the golden variety. Was there no expense spared? Oh, this has been a delightful surprise. And look, the letter signed by the entire cast. Mr. Grossmith, Mr. Temple, Mr. Chelier, and look, those 20 lovesick maidens of the chorus. How nice to know that they watch with interest and sympathy. Now, I must gather my things. I feel my foot is miraculously improving. I must get ready for America. Now, where did I store my valise? I must have at least my portmanteau and my makeup. No, dear, in the armoire. What they lack in manners, they more than make up for in enthusiasm. Now, what do the great unwashed have for me today? Now, I suppose they are like the tomcat who drops the rotting rodent at his mistress's feet whilst licking his lips in pleasure. Yes, I suppose that is a neater analogy. I suppose I should leave the quips to Mr. Gilbert. Now, look, my dressing room simply heaving with flowers. Oh, and a stack of poetry. Out of patience. How topical. But as I always say, leave the quips to Mr. Gilbert. Sweet Jessie Bond, must I despond, nor strive your heart to win, but turn aside and seek as bride delightful Julia Gwynn? I can assure she'll none of you either, sir. If that won't do, Miss Fortescue, indeed she deserves third place, may soothe my bosom's pain, or in despair, and crushed by care, I'll turn to Lady Jane. Well, at least it scans. How quickly the delightful time in America passed, and how simply dreadful it is to be back in London with its rain, clouds, and dreadful mist. Oh, but what better to cheer my flagging spirits than a new piece by Messrs. Gilbert and Sullivan? And lampooning those dreadful aesthetics that are so a la mode these days. If I see another interview with Mr. Wilde holding a limp lily, I shall be quite cross. Now, Lady Angela. She has some funny lines, and retribution, like a poisoned hawk. Very pleasant, Mr. Gilbert. That is sure to raise a smile from these stuffy British audiences. Love feeds on hope, they say, or love will die. Ah, misery! Yet my love lives, although no hope have I. Ah, misery! Alas, poor heart, go hide thyself away to weeping concords, tune thy thrown on the stage and I'm awfully uncomfortable. What was that? I'm sure I saw something scuttle past me. No. It must be nothing. Oh, poisoned hawk. However I should have got my tongue twisted in that way, I shall never understand. Till retribution, like a hoised pork. Hoised pork! A pig in pantyhose! I'm sure I shall not get away with that from Mr. Gilbert, and I shall be fined half a crown. Oh, let us sail the turn! Oh, I think I see. No, it can't be. It is a pernicious beetle! Worse to me than a wild beast! Oh, it advances! I have nothing to defend myself with. Wait, a piece of lint? Perhaps this will distract it. It seems to have enraged it further. No, I simply cannot stand it. I must leave the stage. No, girls, no, you mustn't follow. The entire ladies' chorus vacate the stage while I run screaming from an errant insect. Oh, and poor Rutland left alone and agape. Oh well, there goes another half-crown. Let me see. The first night programme. And the title role, Iolanthe, played by Miss Jessie Bond. Oh, me, little Jessie Bond. Jessie Bond, who had begun so modestly and ploughed through so many difficulties. My success sweetened by so much kindness and such golden opinions of those with whom I worked, and to be put before my most affectionate and appreciative public in the title role, and Mr. Gilbert writing a part expressly for me. How kind of him to consider the exhaustion of my working on a weak ankle. You shall not have to dance, and hardly to move, and as you are always laughing, I have written a song to show that you can be as serious as you like. He has always had his eye on me as an actress, as distinguished from a mere singer, and I was always convinced he would let me shine in bigger and more ambitious parts. Yes, thank you. I am ready. My lord, a suppliant at your feet I kneel. Oh, listen to a mother's fond appeal. Hear me tonight, I come in urgent need. 'Tis for my son, young Strephon, that I plead. appeals to the sympathy of the audience. Appeals to the sympathy of the audience. Leonora is lively and tuneful, yet I only appeal to the sympathies, the audience's sympathy. Oh! Am I a case for charity? There must be more. Now let me see. The era. Where is it? Here. Miss Jessie Bond, as Iolanthe, may also be credited with all the grace, delicacy, and fascination we should expect from a fairy mother. And her singing of the really exquisite melody in the last scene was one of the most successful items of the whole opera. Now this is more like it. Grace, delicacy, and fascination. One of the most successful items in the opera. I wonder, has Mr. Gilbert seen these yet? He should already be writing me a new role. No, Maud, this simply will not do. Yes, I know it is exactly the same as all the others, but that is precisely my point. The audience has come to expect a little something different from me. Yes, now, this obi is beautiful, but the bow, perhaps a little something could be done with that. A little bigger. No, bigger. Yes, bigger still. Yes, that is quite the thing. No. It is not double the size of the others. It is barely noticeable. And if I were to... Yes! That is quite amusing. Oh, have no fear. The triumvirate, the Holy Trinity, they shall not notice a thing. He shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eyes met mine, and it seemed to brace his nerve, for he nodded his head and kissed his hand and whistled an air did he, as the sabre true cut cleanly through his cervical vertebrae. His vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a beautiful maid is a cheering sight to see. And it's, oh, I'm glad that moment sad was soothed by sight of me. It has been 1 week. One happy week since I chided Mr. Gilbert for the size of my role in The Slave of Duty. I am now such a feature of the company that I deserve a little more stage time, perhaps a song even. I knew my idle threat would pinch him, and lo and behold, a letter from Grimm's Dyke, no doubt a grovelling apology. My dear Jessie, I have carefully considered how to improve the part of Edith, quite as much in our interests as in our own, and I don't see how the dialogue can be materially altered in such a way as to do you any real good. Padding out a few sentences that follow the entrance of the girls would be no use to you. The situation scarcely admits amplification, does it? Of course, I could add a couple of pages of dialogue about Papa and the mermaids and so forth, but it would be obvious padding and nothing else. My difficulty is increased by Sullivan being abroad, for he might have consented to a song to precede Frederick's entrance from the cave. And I would gladly have written such a song, but he is at Monaco and quite unlikely to work. Indeed, I will write such a song with pleasure if you think my doing so will satisfy you, and if you will take your chance of Sullivan setting it. I suppose you could sing both the verses, Let us gaily tread, and Far away from toil and strife. I would be delighted if you would. I'm writing such a particularly good part for you in the new piece that I should be distressed beyond measure if you should leave us. I've never said as much as this to any actor or actress before. I don't say it to induce you to play so insignificant a part as Edith, for if you left us now and came back to us to play that part, I should be satisfied. But if you didn't play it, my calculations would be all upset, and I should lose a dear little lady for whom I have always had a very special regard. Always affectionately yours, W.S. Gilbert. Oh. Let us gaily tread the measure, make the most of fleeting leisure, hail it as a true lie, though it perish by and by. Every moment is a pleasure, of its own especial pleasure. Let the moments quickly die, greet them gaily as they fly, greet them gaily as they fly. For heaven's sake, Mr. Gilbert, will you stop fussing? I know that you and Sir Arthur have put your very best into this piece, but your constant haranguing of the artiste before the curtain raises simply will not do. These first nights are just as hard on us as they are on you. Yes, I will start spinning as soon as the curtain raises. I have done so in the dress rehearsal. I am perfectly capable of taking instruction. No, Mr. Gilbert, I am quite fine. Please, do not worry. Mr. Gilbert, really? If you continue to harass me in this fashion, I shall become so exhausted I shall have to put my cover on tomorrow. Now, for heaven's sake, leave me alone, or I shan't be able to sing a note. When maiden loves, she sits and sighs, she wanders to and fro. Unbidden teardrops fill her eyes, and to all questions she replies with a sad hey-ho. 'Tis but a little word, hey-ho, so soft 'tis scarcely heard, hey-ho. An idle breath, yet life and death may hang upon a maid's hey-ho. An idle breath, yet life and death may hang upon a maid's hey-ho. When maiden loves, she mopes apart as owl mopes on a tree, and though she keenly feels the smart, she cannot tell what ails her heart with its sad ah me. 'Tis but a foolish sigh, ah me, born but to droop and die, ah me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lie hidden in a maid's ah me. Yet all the sense of eloquence lie hidden in a maid's ah me. the Empress of India herself in the royal box. Even I quaked a little at the beginning of the quartet, but she seemed to enjoy that piece more than any other in the opera, and who better to see the hidden meaning in it? Yes, George, an encore. And who is to be singled out for this honour? Me. Little Jessie Bond. When a merry maiden marries. Oh, I never much liked that one. It just doesn't seem to have the right swing to it. And I'm convinced the audiences at the Savoy never really cared for it. However, if the first lady of the land demands it, then who am I to refuse? When a merry maiden marries, sorrow goes but pleasure tarries. Every sound becomes a song, all is right and nothing's wrong. From today and ever after, let our tears be tears of laughter. Every sigh that finds a vent be a sigh of sweet content. When you marry, merry maiden, then the air with love is laden. Every flower is a rose, every goose becomes a swan. Every kind of trouble goes where the last year's snows have gone. Sunlight takes the place of shade when you marry, merry maid. Every sound becomes a song, all is right and nothing's wrong. When a merry maiden marries, sorrow goes but pleasure tarries. Every sound becomes a song, all is right and nothing's wrong. Gnawing care and aching sorrow get you gone until tomorrow. Jealousies in grim array, you are things of yesterday. When you marry, merry maiden, then the air with joy is laden. Every corner of the earth sings with music sweetly played. Worry is melodious mirth, grief is joy in masquerade. Sullen night is laughing day. All the year is merry May. All the year is merry May. Merry, merry May, merry, merry May. All the year is merry, merry May. You would think that a personal request from Her Majesty the Queen would justify an increase in salary. But no, Mr. Gilbert refuses to communicate with me in rehearsal, except to announce me as the high-salaried artiste. Well, I shall show him, pertinacious little wretch that I am, by woodenly rehearsing my part in the rehearsals so as to worry him mad. And then letting my full force roar only on the first night to show him what I am made of. Ah, yes, Mr. Gilbert, what a premiere indeed. Yes, I believe so small a part can be made very big. Why, thank you for saying. May I retort by saying that perhaps I am worth my salary now? Do not think me overbold, though my My sentiments are strong, and my heart is far from cold. Well, in that there's nothing wrong. I am seeking my divinity, my idol, my affinity, and when I come upon him, as I often seem to do, I forget myself a minute, though there's really nothing in it. I have often had these impulses, and I must say to you, I can't help it, really, no, do not laugh, 'tis truly so. On each of these occasions, these passing aberrations, my heart goes out to meet him, and my arms extend to greet him. To a kiss, I'd almost treat him. I can't help it. These new operas are quite successful, but no inferior vintage can satisfy the palates once they have tasted the sparkling wit and glorious melodies of Messrs. Gilbert and Sullivan. My contract with Cart is now £35 a week. But his hold on me is beginning to loosen. I now have an option of 3 months of leave and another 3 later. But my mind begins to wander from the stage. Gilbert has always said that he doesn't like old women, and I am growing old. Who will provide for me in my old age? Cart? Sir Arthur? No, I think not. Then I must find a husband who will. My wedded life must every pleasure bring on scale extensive. If I'm your wife, I must have everything that's most expensive. A lady's maid, my hair alone to do I am not able, and I'm afraid I've grown accustomed to a first-rate table. These things one must consider when one marries, and everything I wear must come from Paris. Oh, think of that! Oh, think of that! I won't wear anything that's not from Paris. From top to toe, quite Frenchified am I, if you'll examine. And then, who knows, perhaps someday perhaps a famine. My argument's correct if you'll examine. What should we do if there should come a famine? I'm sure Lewis never thought I would come up to scratch. But the only time I ever saw him excited beyond himself was the night before our wedding, when he realized that he had finally won me at last. I was not accepted as a member into their family, for they are Quakers and I am an actress, which I suppose is a reasonable attitude. I was punctual to the church that morning, but I thought I would play a little trick on Lewis, so I had the carriage driver go twice around the square. Poor Lewis apparently got in a terrible panic when I was late and thought I had called the whole thing off. After we were married, I got into the carriage and my father-in-law said, "I hope that you will be faithful to my Lewis." Well, faithful I will be. I have found someone who will provide for me in my old age. And the Mikado is to be revived, and this shall be my last performance. I shan't tell anybody about it, for it is with great bitterness for me to leave a profession that I have loved and been so successful in for so many years. I'm sure Gilbert will just call me a fool and not understand and not accept any excuses, unreasonable man that he is. He shall say I'm a little fool and that I've gone mad. Quite mad.
Cheerily carols the lark over the cot. Merrily whistles the clerk, scratching a blot. But the lark and the clerk, I remark, comfort me not. Over the ripening peach buzzes the bee, splash on the billowy beach tumbles the sea. But the peach and the beach, they are each nothing to me. And why? Who am I? Daft Madge, crazy Meg, Mad Margaret.
Poor Peg.
Mad, yes, very, but why? Me steady, don't call. No crime, 'tis only that I'm love lonely. That's all.
I had worked so hard at serious music and loved it so much and been so successful that it is not without a pang that I gave it all up to perform little choruses and songs that were mere child's play to me. I sometimes wonder how far I had fallen when I think of my first austere ideals. But there can be no doubt that comedy, the stage, Cart, Arthur, William and I, all together, formed an unbreakable bond.
To a garden full of posies cometh one to gather flowers. As he wanders through its bowers, toying with the wanton roses, who uprising from their beds, hold on high their shameless heads, with their pretty lips a-pouting, never doubting that for Cytherean posies he would gather aught but roses. In a nest of weeds and nettles lay a violet half hidden, hoping his glance unbidden yet may fall on